Shalom. First off, I want to give all honors, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS of Ruel. Shalom to the elect, beginning with the 144,000 who were chosen from the foundation of the earth, and to all you Akim that pushed the name of Yahweh Yahweh Shai to the four corners of the earth. I pray that peace and mercy is bestowed upon you as we enter into the Passover in these last days. This is the brother Halal from the Great Millstone branch in Chicago. And this lesson is going to be on, Alazar, the leader of Sakari. Allegedly, the leader of Sakari, who goes by the name Alazar, the chief Alazar, was basically called out for allegedly, getting pegged, getting, sexually dominated, by a woman. Among other things, he said, F High Priest Ariel. He also said that the apostles need to retire. A lot of disrespectful things that this man has said about this ministry and about us, about the men of Yahweh Bashim Shai. And for these allegations to come out, really has a lot of weight to it. And really shows you that these people that speak on the men of the Lord, they have many more skeletons in their closet than the ones that we have in most cases. So I'm going to start off with the book of Luke, chapter 8, and verse 17. That says, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be made known and come abroad." The Lord said that everything that's hidden shall be made manifest, man. Including the works of these other camps. Because if these other camps can agree on one thing, is that they all have a disliking towards Great Millstone. When you look at all the Israelite camps, Great Millstone, what we're called the bums, they call us pedos. And all the people that are spoken on the men of the Lord, something always happens to them. Not saying that we're the ones responsible, but just because the simple fact that we believe the Lord is dealing with us, the Lord is pushing out, that energy, pushing out judgment upon our enemies and pronouncing judgment on them for what they have said, by making the works manifest before the entire world. Because when it comes to judgment, who is the Lord going to start off with? The men that call themselves Israelites. Which brings me to the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. And it says, "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?" So the judgment is going to begin at the house of Yahweh Bashim Shai. Those who call themselves Israelites, including Great Millstone, because we're not exempt from anything. Just because we preach the 100% truth, the gospel of Yahweh Bashim Shai, and we're proclaiming his name, doesn't mean that there aren't, agents among us, or some brothers that may fallen out, and many brothers have fallen out and have gotten kicked out. But like Apostle Paul said, if they got kicked out from among us, they were never of us. Because if they would continue, with us. I'm going to read the scripture one more time. "For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High? And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?" And this scripture really puts that fear in my heart, man. And so should it put fear in the hearts of all you other brothers out there, because it said that the righteous shall scarcely be saved, meaning that the righteous are going to be delivered by the skin of their teeth, barely. And it's times of trouble to come. So if it's saying that about the righteous, what's going to happen to you other people? Which we're not worried about that, because what do the scriptures say about the wicked? I believe it's in the book of 2nd Ezra. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 13. And therefore be not thou curious how the ungodly shall be punished and when, but inquire how the righteous shall be saved, whose the world is and for whom the world is created. And we are, laboring, day in and day out, 24/7, 365, in order to be counted as that faithful servant. That's the reward that we want to receive. We want Yahweh Shai to put crowns upon each and every one of our heads. Because although, we have this ministry and we have camps all over the countries, all over the states, and all over the world as well, this truth is an individual walk. What does it say? It says it's a narrow path. Let's go to the it's another scripture in the Apocrypha. Matter of fact, I'll just go to Google. Because this walk is solo, man. We're all laboring to receive our own crown by Yahweh Shai. We're not going to be able, if a brother's getting beamed up into a chariot, we're not going to be able to grab him by his leg, by his ankle, and be delivered with him unless we're right. If we're not, we're going to be destroyed with the rest of this world, and we're not trying to face that fate. We're not trying to get exposed like these other camps, man. But going to that scripture, I believe it's in the Apocrypha. Yeah, the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7 and verse 3. And it says, and I said, speak on, my God. Then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place, that it might be deep and great. But put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. Who then can go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? And this right here is a parable, speaking on the path that the righteous must take. It's a very narrow path that only one man can go through at once. Verse 6, this is also another thing. A city is builded and set upon a broad field and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow and set in a dangerous place to fall, like as if there were fire on the right hand and on the left a deep water. And one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there can only but one man go through there at once. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he shall never pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive his inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion. And this is the path that we have to go through, not a physical path, but it represents, a path of difficulty and straightness. And just like a marathon, the scripture said that you have to run in order to obtain. Because when you're in a marathon, you're not running to be in second or third place. You're gunning for the top spot. And you don't want to end up at the bottom tier, like a lot of these men that proclaim to be men of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. So without further ado, I'm going to let this video play for about a couple minutes. And may this video be edifying for the elect and for the body.
Sabbath are worthy of being stoned like this man that we see here in Numbers the 15th chapter. And know what Gorilla Hebrew told you? He said, oh, no, you can wear either one. Why? Because he thinks he's fucking cute, right? He thinks he's cute while he's getting tooted up and pegged. And because he just walks around with just tassels because he thinks he wants to be cute. But it also applies against niggas like this fat fuck. Niggas like this nigga. Damn, yo, bro, can you imagine after you saw those receipts, $200+ spent on pegging stuff? Insane. Yeah, listen, guys, anyone that doesn't know what pegging is, right? I highly recommend. All right, I highly it, but do it in an incognito. I said incognito tab or something like that. Be not many masters. James 3:1. My brother, be not many masters, knowing we shall on your fucking Android.
So, you know, you can watch the full video for yourself on the elder out of, I believe, the elder out of Baltimore at Holy Bible Defenders. But, you know, this dude is going into the messages, you know, about Alizar and his alleged fetish, you know, of which consists of him being, you know, dominated by a woman with a fake penis, man. But this right here is the type of exposure that will befall all these men, you know, that proclaim to be the men of Yahweh Bashim Shai, but yet they don't want to, they believe in this half of the doctrine, but they reject the other half. You know, like for example, Deuteronomy chapter 21, when it says that if a woman is taken and she doesn't cry out, you know, and she's a virgin, you know, they openly reject that doctrine. And that's why they call us, you know, grapists, you know, pedos and whatnot. And now these men are being exposed, man. And another thing, a lot of these other camps, you know, they boast in the riches that they have. You know, they call us the bum camps, you know, due to the fact that they have riches in this world. You had that video with that deacon from Sakari said that he gonna hop in something crazy. You know, GMS is hating because I was riding in that Benz. But this is what they do behind closed doors, man. And the Lord is shedding a bright light on all their wickedness. Let's go to the book of James. Chapter James chapter 2 and verse 5. And it says, "Hearken, my beloved brethren, have not God chosen the poor of this world rich in faith, and heirs of the kingdom, which he had promised to them that love him?" Right, the Lord is dealing with the poor of this world that are rich in faith. You know, and these other camps talk down on the men of great millstone. That's why in the scriptures also say, "Blessed are ye when men shall hate you and revile you." So that's another, you know, way that proves who the true men of the Lord are. You know, the poor of this world that's rich in faith. You know, we don't wear fancy garments like IUIC and ISUBK and Sakari and the rest of them. We make garments that look very traditional. You know, like the men of the ancient world had on. I'm going to end this off with the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16 and verse 2nd Ezra 16. I might start up a little bit. Let's see. I'll start at verse 70. It says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord." So the time is going to come where, you know, the true men of the Lord are going to be persecuted. And when they come for us, best believe they're going to come for these other camps as well. You know, especially them, because, you know, when you search up, you know, a interviewer, you know, interviewing the Hebrew Israelites, these other camps are the first faces that pop up. You know, we're not the GMS. More than likely won't be the first faces that you see when you go on the YouTube search engine and type in Hebrew Israelite. Verse 71, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses." Right, that crazy whip, you know, that thing that you hopped in, they're going to take all that stuff, man. They're going to take all your goods, all your money, all the wealth and abundance that you have. Verse 73, "Then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire." So in these days, you know, when the men of Yahweh Bashim Shai are being persecuted, it's going to be known who the true men of the Lord are. But for those that do their works in the dark and think that it won't be seen, the Lord is going to shed a bright light upon their works in order to show who's really about Yahweh Bashim Shai and who's really about this world. And that's what we're seeing playing out right in front of us, man. So stay tuned. You know, we're going to see who the true men of Yahweh Bashim Shai really are in these last days. But with that, I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honors, all glory, and all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS that rule well. Shalom, Abba, and I'll see you all on the next lesson.